Hi, I'm Pamela. Together with my colleague Luella, we're going to discuss the causes of racism. Sociology views propose interesting theories for why prejudices and discrimination exist. Where does this humanities discrimination and prejudices come from? On my own understanding about this sociologist's perspective, they do not believe that discrimination are internal state of human being, but rather it's the outside component of environment of individual that cause them to grow racially prejudiced. There are three theories: the functionalist theory, the conflict theory, and the symbolic interaction theory. These theories demonstrate a great understanding regarding why individuals are related prejudice and explanation that clarify why prejudice and discrimination exist, wherein individuals are being manipulated by their surroundings to hate another solely based on their difference. The functionalist theory and conflict theory proves the society is divided into two groups, the majority and the minority. Discrimination forms a society that deprives minority of their privilege and rights. For example, Asian and black women have a difficult time finding a job compared to whites. The theory also recommends that racism is a part of the society function. Since the society has required different positions and this position should not be given to an individual simply because of his or her race. It is also believed that society is not balanced when in terms of race. For a reason, also that it is natural for a society or a group of people to be superior over others. I personally believe since our world has always been competitive in nature, I find this as a natural.
And since we live in a world with class struggle, and that selfishness is essential to humans, that is possible to create a better society. Sociologists argue that people live harmoniously with each other and share in control of everything for the benefit of all. But unfortunately, selfishness is present in a society which some cultures act differently in the sense than that of what is normal in our own. Another point is that selfishness leads to discrimination since some individuals have the urge for self-preservation for food, clothing, shelter, and control over situation that will add up to self-interest, which can be defined then as the satisfaction of one's desire at the expense of someone else. And at the same time, I have also discovered by looking at myself and people around me, and also at people I have met from other countries, what strikes me as a negative tendency common to us all is that we want to persuade ourselves and others that we know more than what we really know, and we validate ourselves by putting others down in terms of race and nationality. Stereotyping is formed that cause a group to be superior than others so that they will have their own functions and roles. Stereotyping will cause individuals to see and label a particular group as one-sided. These labels will cause problems that will result to discrimination. For example, Muslims were being labeled as terrorists and blacks were being viewed as robbers and violent. Sociologically, once a label is given to a group or an individual, that is how the group or the individual will be socially accepted. Another point that sociologists argue that human beings are great and that there is such thing as human nature, which means that we as humans are the reflections of our surroundings. We are made different biologically and genetically. Our physical environment can affect our biology, and therefore, in many cases, it affects our minds. This does not mean free will and choices are not options, but that individual potential for racism could be possibly increased. Through similar genetic traits from our parents and other environmental factors. And as a result, the overall to be blamed is the environment, and as the main cause for racism is come from the surroundings one grows up and the company they keep. Through this environment, this racial trait is nurtured. For example, when a grandfather is a racist, then he will try to pass down the ideology to his kids, and then they will pass down to their kids.